For Shiruba Springs Hole 8, we are playing this at max distance with a plus 20% over adjustment. Your blue ring is going to be next to the left-hand rough, and you're going to be positioned before the narrowing of the fairway. On the headwind, you're going to use about 2 bars of backspin with an offset. The offset is the key. It's one that you need to keep playing to actually figure out. So here I did about a 3 to 4 square offset. Did a plus 20% over adjustment at max distance of my club, and then you're going to try to hit perfect. Here we have a more cross than a headwind, so I played 3 backspin, and I should have offset it a little bit more. Here I think I did about 1.5 squares to 2 squares of offset. I needed to offset it just a tad more, but 3 backspin came in quite nicely. The trick here, what we've finally figured out, is that when we pull uphill like here, we should be pulling at an 1159 pull angle, and when you pull down into the sand bunker, you're going to be pulling at a 1201 pull angle to counteract the going up in elevation and going down in elevation. When you have a strong tailwind, you're going to need to use about 3.5 to 4 bars of backspin, and the higher the crosswind, the more offset you're going to need. So I'm still going to set up in the same position just before the narrowing of the fairway, but here I used right spin to offset my shot a little bit more. Again, this was kind of before I knew about the pull angle, and if I would have known to pull at a 1159 pull angle, I think this might have come in a little bit better even. So again, if you're going to be going uphill, you're going to do 1159, and if you're going to be adjusting down into the sand bunker, it's going to be a 1201 pull angle. So here again, it's a nice crosswind, so I'm going to use about 3 bars of backspin since it's not really a head or tailwind, and I'm going to offset it with about 1 bar of right spin, so it's about a 3 square offset. And then I'm going to over adjust my shot with a plus 20% elevation at max distance of my club. Here we have a left to right crosswind. I thought it was kind of a tailwind, so I went with 3.5 backspin. But here, just note that I'm using left spin to do my offset. So I did go back and change my backspin on this shot because I figured out it wasn't a very strong tailwind. So you're going to offset it about 2 to 3 squares to the left to counteract the push going right. So here I did about 3 and a click of backspin, which was a little bit too much, but the offset was right, and my pull angle should have been a 1201 pull angle instead of an 1159. So it did come in fairly well. The great shot helped it out more, but again, you're just going to have to figure out your offsets the higher the wind goes. When you have a lower wind, your offset doesn't need to be that much. So again, we're going to position right before the narrowing of the fairway with your blue ring next to the rough to the left. And here I did about almost 3 bars of backspin, not quite 3, and I offsetted about a 1/2 square to the left. You're going to over adjust your shot with a 20% over adjustment, and this time I pulled that in a 1201 pull angle. So here I finally got everything to work right, pulled right, hit perfect, and it finally got into the hole. And here's one last shot for you, where you are going to do about 1.5 squares to 2 squares of an offset to the left. We're going to do about 2.5 to 3 bars of backspin here since the wind wasn't that strong. And then we are going to pull at a 1201 pull angle with a plus 20% over adjustment at maximum distance over a club. And remember guys, hit perfect. Happy golfing guys.